Go.
You are tuned into the Multiverse Theory Podcast. This is our Shazam review. I am your host, Carmine. I'm joined by Mr. Preston Brown. Say what up.
What's going on, everybody? The big question today is DC finally in the pocket we've been looking for a long time? We'll talk about it in this review.
We'll absolutely talk about it as your resident DC guy. Ching ching. Anyway, anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and go into this review. Now, this is our Shazam review, but this is also our podcast. When you hear Multiverse Theory, this is our geeky podcast. We talk all things geek, comic book movies, comic books, cartoons. Doesn't matter. Anime. We get into all of it. Anything geeky, we get into all of it. But this is our Shazam review. I'm going to start with Preston. Let's start with your likes, because listen, every movie is not perfect. So there's likes, there's dislikes, and you can find a dislike in every movie, even if it's nitpicky. So what are the things that you liked about the movie?
Okay, first and foremost, what I definitely liked about this movie a lot, the chemistry between the kids, because when you make a movie like this, that part of it is very important. I want to compare it to like the movie Fighting with Family, even though it's a completely different, type of movie. But it does surround around family, and the chemistry with the kids is very important because they are the star of the show, and I love how they mix so well. One of the girls that we talked about before we started this podcast is Faith Herman. She's playing Darla, the little black girl. She was like absolutely adorable. That little girl in there, she was so amazing. Awesome. She was so awesome.
With the little screen time that she had, she was perfect every time we saw her.
Exactly. I agree with that. And what I really liked about this movie, more upon a whole lot of other reasons that I like this movie, is that as a DC movie, it didn't feel like, and just a movie in general, I don't want to just put it in a small box as a DC. Just as a film, it doesn't feel like they tried too hard to make it what it was. All of it felt effortless. The heart of the story, the characters, the way, like I talked about, their chemistry. These characters felt like they were perfectly picked for these roles, especially the guy who played Billy Batson, Asher Angel. He was perfect. He was perfect for that role. And one part that I also loved on top of that, I keep saying one thing, but I like the fact of the between Zachary Levi playing Shazam, he embodied Asher Angel's personality as an adult. Like, it was believable that was him as being Shazam, because some people, they play two different characters with two different actors, and the personality doesn't cross over to make it believable. But this right here was completely perfect. The action was great. The story that was being told behind it wasn't too heavy. The story didn't have too many layers. It just got the basic stuff out the way. It got us completely engaged. Just to make this part short, I also love Cooper Andrews. He was in The Walking Dead. That's where I remember him for, and he was like one of the main people who didn't have a serious personality. So for him to be in this one, was pretty good. It was pretty good because it showed his personality, the one that he had in The Walking Dead, and just the fact that if you have a family film, just like I said with Fighting with Family, when the dad has a really big personality and he's very funny, it makes the movie a lot better. Plus the chemistry with the kids. But those are the main things that I liked about this movie a lot.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let me go to some things that I like. And what's funny is, this is what's gonna be hilarious, guys. Because I just have a feeling that Preston's, one of his likes is gonna be a dislike for me, and I think some of my likes are gonna be a dislike for you. I just have a feeling, but I'm gonna go into it. So, one of the things that I absolutely fucking adored about this movie. You said the foster kids. Yeah. Jack Dylan Grazer. Oh, amazing. My gosh. As Freddie Freeman was absolutely, for me, that kid stole the whole movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Period. Like, he stole it, bro. From the moment Billy Batson meets Freddie, it's Freddie's movie. Like, I agree. He was just phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal. And in this movie, like, I love the whole movie. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Like, you can say, oh, he's a DC guy. No. Whatever. You can say what you want. I love this movie from beginning to end. This movie was awesome. Was it slow? A little slow in the beginning? Yeah, of course it was. It's an origin story. You have to tell certain origins. And another thing that I really liked about the movie, honestly, and this might be one of Preston's negatives, but it wasn't a negative for me because I like the fact that even if Mark Strong's Dr. Zavanna didn't ultimately, maybe you can say didn't ultimately, even if as a villain for most people he wasn't like an all-time great villain, or he wasn't like one of the like top villains or whatever. First of all, he didn't need to be. What I like is the fact that they found a way in this movie to actually take the time with the villain
Mm-hmm.
and gave him an actual backstory.
Yeah.
And it actually made you feel something for him. Like, to me personally, in a lot of movies and a lot of Marvel movies, villains are one note,
Mm-hmm.
don't no backstory, nothing behind it. They just there and they're stowaways, and that's the one things I really do hate. But for this movie to do that, to at the same time, you're getting the origin and the backstory of Shazam, Billy Batson, but you're also getting the backstory and the development of Dr. Savannah. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
I thought that achievement was amazing to me. And I mean, ultimately, like in the grand scheme of things, I mean, as a villain, obviously he wasn't A1,
Mm-hmm.
but I just appreciated the fact that he got a backstory. And by the way, another thing, you can tell David F. Sandberg came from a horror background because of that one scene with the seven deadly sins
Mm-hmm.
in the office with his father.
That was crazy.
Yo, oh, but shout out to my dude. I don't have his real name. Sorry, but the guy that plays Lex Luthor's father in Smallville. Shout out! I didn't even know he was in here. That was
Yeah, that was
dope.
amazing.
All my Smallville fans, holla. But I thought that was dope. But I just thought this movie has
Yeah.
so much heart, and it was just awesome. It was driven by the foster kids. I thought the parents was really good too. I really liked the parents too.
They were
Like, I
great.
thought they were really good for the roles they have.
Yeah.
And I had to say this. Zachary Levi was born to fucking play Shazam.
Amazing.
Lord have mercy, was he born to play this character? And for everybody, I'm glad all the doubters got to stick their foots in their mouths. Oh, when the leaked photos first came out of the Shazam with his costume, him in the costume of Shazam, boy, nobody saying shit now. Always say, people, don't open your mouth too early before you actually see the finishing product. Come
Exactly.
on, man.
Yeah, and I want to piggyback on two things that you said because I definitely agree with you about Freddie still in the show. Because for one, playing the awkward character, it might sound funny to people. Playing an awkward character, if you get the wrong person to play that role, it could be awkward. Like, for instance, you have Jesse Eisenberg who played Lex Luthor in BVS. That was awkward. He was supposed to be an awkward character, but it was kind of cringeworthy awkward. But the guy who played Freddy, he did amazing. He was great. Like, he was like most of the heart in this film, and I loved his chemistry with Billy. And also on top of that, like you said about Zachary Levi, he was like the perfect Shazam. I can't think of anybody else who could
Nope,
play that role the way that
nope,
he played it. Like, he did
nope.
amazing. And also, what you said too about the villain. The villain story, as much as people can say that he wasn't as deep in it. For me, I kind of wanted to see Black Adam, but oh well, it may come in the future.
It's the
This is
first
just
movie.
yeah,
Nah,
it's
bro,
the start of the
yo,
movie.
bro,
It's the start of the movie.
Batman Begins didn't start with the Joker.
Exactly, and I agree with
Like,
that.
like,
And
come
I
on,
agree with that.
guys.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
and I agree with that
The
because
first Avengers didn't start with Thanos. Get the fuck out of here,
right,
bro.
right,
Like,
right.
like, you
And
know what I
and the
mean?
reason why I say
Like,
that is for those who's listening. I'm not a big DC fan, so I don't know what the other villains are for Shazam. I just know Black Adam. So that's the only reason why for
well,
me.
in the post-credit scene, we saw one.
Yeah, we saw
But
one in a
yeah.
post credit screen. Absolutely.
Hmm.
And like what you said, he had layers. Like, his story was like pretty much the same as Shazam, but as in a sense, the same as Billy being rejected as a kid. Not being accepted by like a father figure that he saw. How it can go wrong is how Dr. Savannah ended up, and how it can go right ended up how Billy ended up. So I
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
the difference between the two paths that their lives have went and ended up clashing
Billy
at the
was
end.
and I didn't really think about it, but you're so right. Billy was rejected by his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Savannah was rejected by his father.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that dynamic, like, that's brilliant, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's just so brilliant. Like, the more you think about it, so brilliant. Yeah, I really, really love this movie. Now let's go into the negatives. Every movie is perfect, so we're gonna go into negatives. I don't have many, much of any, but the one thing I will say though, and that's one of the things that Preston actually liked, but me, I didn't. I'm sorry. Asher Angel was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying he wasn't good. Like, what he did was good. Like, I really, and I see mad potential. But at times, as much as I loved Zachary Levi, at times, I just saw two different people.
Oh, did you?
Like, for me, at times, I just saw, for me, when, when he was Billy Batson and then he was Shazam, I didn't see the same person. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't think Asher Angel matched Zachary Levi.
Oh, okay.
I thought, for me personally, I thought he could have matched him better. And I understand, Billy Batson's story, whatever. Like in the beginning, where he was, looking for his mom, sad he wouldn't have his mom, whatever. But my thing, this is my thing. This is the correlation. As soon as he turned into Shazam, and you saw the way, and you saw how happy he was as Zachary Levi to be Shazam, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When he turned back into Asher Angel, I didn't want him to be the same person. He should have
Yeah,
been more happier
I agree. He was
because
way
he.
more quirkier
That's
as
what I'm saying.
Shazam. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He should have. Like everything before he turned Shazam was great. Like I loved that. But once he turned into Shazam, he turned into Zachary Levi, and then when he went back into Asher Angel, he didn't match Zachary Levi, and that was my own. That's my only problem. To be honest with you, that's my only issue. I'm be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's my really only issue with the movie. But that was my problem. When he turned into Shazam, and then when he turned back into Asher Angel, he was still until we got to the very end, he was still the same like dickish, snobby, like not snobby, but dickish, sad kid that was, you know what I mean? Like when he turned back into Ash Angel, he should have been ecstatic that he could turn into, you know what I mean? Like he should have been
Yeah.
able to match that. And to me personally, I don't think that's where it kind of threw me off. So throughout the movie, whenever he turned into Zachary Levi, I was so fucking like I was so on board with the movie and shit like that until we got to the end. And by the way, um, if you guys haven't noticed, this is a definite spoiler review. Before I let Preston go into his that was my negative. That was my only negative, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Before I let Preston go into his negative, this is a part of a positive. I don't know. Oh shit, this might be one of your negatives, but whatever. I was fucking shocked with joy the minute that they entered that amusement park, the whole family. I said to myself, and Dr. Savannah had that fucking staff. I said, wait a minute. I turned around to my homeboy. I said, yo, they're not gonna fucking do it. No, they're not gonna do it, bro. And I'm like, yo, at first I was like, before it happened, at first I was like, bro, it's too soon, it's the first movie. But then I'm like, wait a minute. Shazam, he just started being Shazam. He's versus Dr. Savannah, and he's versus the Seven Deadly Sins. Like, I don't know how he's supposed to win that by himself. So, and he just turned into Shazam. So when he finally figured out what the wizard was talking about, he told them to grab the staff. And they all, well, first of all, it was fucking hilarious when they're like, say my name, go ahead, say my name. And they're like,
Billy.
Billy! I was
Yeah, it was
dying,
hilarious.
bro. I was dying. And then when they said Shazam, I was like, oh my, bro, the theater I was in was pretty full. And when they said Shazam, bro, if you were in the theater, like, you could hear me like, what the fuck? Like I screamed, bro. I was so I was so fucking happy, bro. I screamed like they really actually did it. And the fact that they were able to keep that a complete secret was amazing. I was so happy because the people that played the adult versions of them, they're not on the casting list or anything.
Mm-mm.
I didn't see them. They're not there. Like they're not there. So the fact that they kept that a secret was amazing. And the fact that the little it's kind of creeped me out. A little black girl, she turned to Megan Good. I'm like, damn, they
Yeah.
had to turn to Megan Good. Really?
That's great.
Megan Good is fine.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I did not expect her to be in that movie.
But
at
she
all.
was good though.
Yeah.
Megan Good was good.
She was good.
What she was doing, she was
I was
good.
shocked.
She
I
was
was
really
like,
good. Yeah,
what?
I was surprised. Yeah, absolutely. She was really, really good. Anyway, person,
All right,
it's
so
all
for,
geeking out. Go to your negatives. Go
all
ahead.
right, so for me, I don't have a lot of negatives to be honest with you. I just have. Well, I can agree with you as far as the difference between Zachary Levi and Asher Angel. I agree with that. Now that I think about it, yeah, I can see the complete difference. They didn't really explain why the personality change was there because, like you said,
Yeah.
immediately once he turns to Shazam, he became super best friends with Freddy. Like it was just like an instantaneous best friend molding out of nowhere. And I get that he didn't understand what was going on and he knew he had to rely on Freddy to understand what is going on, but the friendship just happened way too fast. But it was funny though that scene that he thought it was saving a woman because he thought she was screaming, but it was actually a guy
Yeah.
getting spray painted, getting pepper sprayed in the face.
Yup.
That
Yup.
was funny.
Yup.
But my negative is even though I love the scene when they all transformed and everything like that, I think the third act was kind of weird to me. Especially the fight between Shazam and Dr. Savannah. Like it, for some reason, it felt like it kind of dragged out way too long, and it didn't really feel like a payoff. Especially when they were on top of the building, it felt weird, like the way that it happened. It didn't really give me any type of like. I
But
guess
it kind of, I mean, it kind of, honestly, but it kind of felt in line with the movie.
no, it just felt like it was really like stretched out, and it didn't really feel like I didn't get that big. The moment of them transforming was obviously the big moment, but without that, between those two, the conversations they were even having, or the fight between just those two, it didn't really feel like it did anything for me, just for me.
But I think I know what David F. Sandberg was really going for. To be honest with you, I feel like they weren't going for that big epic ending battle that we've seen in all these comic book movies. Repeatedly. They wanted to do something different. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that could be
that's
true.
why. That's why I understood it. That's why I actually really loved the third act, and I like that it ended that way because it ended in a way that I watched a certain movie from the beginning, middle, and end,
Mhm.
and that was the movie I watched from beginning, middle, and end. If that makes any sense, like it wasn't anything, it wasn't different in whatever. Like I expected in the second one
Mhm.
the fight scenes and the battles and the stuff to be better because he's gonna be more experienced. That's
Yeah.
Shazam. He's gonna be able to handle it more.
And that's the
you know
thing.
what I mean?
I didn't want like a big fight scene. Like it didn't have to be a big fight scene. I would wish, even though Shazam's character, like you said, and that could be the problem with it as well, is how Zachary Levi Shazam is completely different than Asher Angel. I would wish some of that seriousness from Asher Angel or Billy for those who listen. I keep saying his real actor name would kind of come out of Shazam in that moment because it was a lot more serious and Shazam was like just really goofy in that entire moment. So I don't know. I kind of wish there was like a better trade off between the two, even if it's not physical. Just some type of conversation between the two because they are two sides of the same coin. And I don't think they really conveyed it. I mean, we understand as an audience, but they didn't kind of convey it to each other. So, other than him saying, "Yeah, I understand. I know how it feels to be rejected. I know how it feels about," and he tried to reason with them. I get that part, but I wish it was something else. But that's not like even a big thing. It's just like so much charm in this movie. It even like covered all of that. That part really don't even matter to me.
Yeah, it did for sure. For sure. Yeah, absolutely. This movie was just awesome. The post-credit scene where we're oh, by the way, and everybody that didn't know in the beginning when the wizard was with the little was he talking to Dr. Savannah or was he talking to Billy?
I think he was talking to Dr. Savannah. That's
in the beginning he was talking to Dr. Savannah where he told him that they gave their power to one person and they made a mistake, blah, blah, blah. He was basically talking about Black Adam. That was our Black Adam tease.
Mm-hmm.
So for anybody that didn't know that, just
Yeah.
holler at you. That's Black Adam tease.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I think they're saving Black Adam for the third movie. To be honest with you, like I don't even think Black Adam's gonna be in the second movie. I think we're gonna get more of not more of a tease, but like more of a bigger indication that Black Adam's coming in the next movie. Like I think we're gonna get that in the next movie because if everybody's seen the post-credit scene, that was Mr. Mind talking Dr. Savannah. So I don't necessarily know how they're gonna do it, but I'm for sure looking forward to this to the next one. This movie, when I walked out of this movie, I loved it. But I also said to myself, "Fuck! I wish Wonder Woman came after Justice League."
Yeah,
Fuck.
because it would have been like the perfect
Three
triple.
in a fucking row, bro.
Exactly. And you know what's great too? The path that DC has taken with movies, and I'm not even gonna do the Marvel comparison because people do that way too much. But just the feel of the DC movies, how it's been less serious. Shazam fits right into that, and I like that a lot. And
Here's the thing I want to let everybody know.
Mm-hmm.
The path that DC is taking is their own path. And the path that DC is taking that everybody needs to know is the fucking DC Comics path.
Yeah.
Good fucking God. The executives and the company finally said, "Oh my God, these DC Comics are this way. Let's make the movies like the fucking comics." This is Shazam. This is the character. This is the fucking character. This is how the character is in the comics. Whether it's the Golden Age Shazam or the New 52, especially New 52. This is what this really is taken out of. This is the fucking character. Aquaman, how big his world is. That was the character in the comics. People people have to understand that. Like, DC is not copying anybody. They're doing what their comic universe is. That's what their characters are in the comics. This is what they are. That's what they're doing now. And I'm so happy that they're doing that. Finally, like, fuck, man. Stop trying to... Just because Marvel does something in a certain way, I've argued the MCU's tone is more like DC Comics' tone. I've argued that for people for years. But I'm tired of arguing that because everybody thinks they know, and the people that think they know don't even read a fucking comic, so they don't know. But whatever. But anyway, but you know what? But it is what it is. Like people understand like that Netflix universe.
Yeah.
That's more closer to the real Marvel tone. But we're not going there. But anyway,
I would hope they do some movie with in the future with Wonder Woman and Shazam and Aquaman. I mean, the chemistry between those three would be amazing.
Another Justice League will be coming.
It gotta be.
But I like what they're doing now. They're focusing on their standalone movies right now. They're single character movies. That's what they're doing right now. I feel like we'll get an inkling of another Justice League after the Batman comes out. I think once that movie comes out and Matt Reeves fucking blows it out the water, that's when they're like, oh yeah, I think that's gonna happen. Justice League gonna happen. But also another thing that I really loved about this movie, it basically told you in this movie, this is connected to the DC universe, but it's not.
Yeah, because all the
that's
symbolism.
What I loved about it. You can have things in here that tells you, hey, Shazam is in the world with Batman, with Superman, with Aquaman, with Wonder Woman. But that doesn't mean they have to show up or anything. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that you have to see them. Even though we got a nice nod at the end of the movie with Superman showing up at lunch. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, we got nods like everywhere. The bullet, the Batarang, the action figures the kid was playing with. Like, they sprinkled.
And don't get it twisted, people. That is the same Batarang from B vs. S.
It is.
Just letting you know right now. It's the same article from like this is the same. So don't think, oh, it's a different Batman, it's a different Super. No. It's the same.
Exactly.
They're the same. So yeah, man, this movie was just awesome. I'm definitely, by the way, going to see it tonight.
Oh, you're gonna see it again?
Yeah,
for
sure. Because I need to see it with like a packed, sold out house because yesterday my movie theater was pretty good, but it wasn't because it was Thursday night,
Mm-hmm.
so it wasn't like crazy packed. But today it's Saturday night. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be packed out. So
Yeah, I went early in the morning
yeah,
too. It was barely. It was like just probably like 5 people there and some kids. So, but they were cracking up, especially when he said "shoot me in the face." They were like dying laughing. When they told the robbers to
yeah,
shoot him in the face, and he's like, "It
that
tickles a little."
was dude.
Yeah, it was funny. It was so funny.
Oh my gosh, bro! This movie was just hilarious. Every So much funny in this movie. It's just awesome. I loved it.
It's great.
Awesome. Anyway, guys, it's gonna do it for our review. Preston, score from 1 to 10. What do you give Shazam?
I'm gonna give it a. What do I want to give it? I think I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go that
All right,
way. A pretty good
all right.
movie. Not bad at all. That one gripe, it don't really matter. That's just the only thing I was
Yeah,
kind of questioning, but it didn't make or break the movie. You guys got to go see that
absolutely.
movie.
Absolutely. I've seen a lot of 8.5s from my friends and everything, but I'm the DC guy, and I'm just in love with this movie. This movie gets a 9 from me. I only had that one gripe. It wasn't a big gripe. It really
Hmm.
wasn't. It wasn't that serious because the performances, I was just able to forget about that throughout the fucking movie. But like you said, no movie's perfect, and you have to be honest with yourself when there's something that you there's wrong. You have to let you know, no matter how much you like the character or the movie or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
and I thought that was a crazy flip for him, like for his mom to not, like at the end, find out that his mom didn't want him because of her situation and walk
yeah,
away. I was
that's
like,
hurtful.
whoa, a
That is,
mom. And I always wondered before we get off, I want to know, and this is something really small that probably nobody cares about. Obviously this was a Christmas movie, so I wonder what made them release it around this time instead of around the holidays.
I mean, I honestly think it's because Aquaman just had that date locked.
Yeah, Aquaman, Bumblebee. Yeah, you had all those movies in December. Yeah, it
Yeah,
makes sense.
Aquaman had that date locked. So
So I wonder if that was the plan at first to come out for Christmas, because it was basically a Christmas movie.
yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I agree with you though, man. This movie definitely is a Christmas movie for
Hmm.
sure. Like it definitely seemed like a Christmas movie, but I don't know. Um, listen, I've been worried about this movie coming out a couple weeks before Endgame for a while now. So I'm like I don't know, man.
What's they
I
doing
don't
in the
know,
box
but
office right now?
this movie doesn't. Oh, I don't know. I haven't checked. I know Thursday it did pretty good, but I didn't check Friday.
Oh, good.
Um, but yeah, man. Like I mean, this movie didn't have like a really like big budget, so definitely gonna make the
Of course,
profit
of
enough for a
course.
sequel. But I really wanted to get in the the high sevens, 800s. I really wanted because this movie really deserves it, man. The movie
I
this
agree.
good deserves. This deserve. Listen, I'm no, because I'm gonna be called a fucking hater if I say this. But anyway,
What?
this
No, no,
movie.
no.
No,
Say
no,
it.
no, no,
It's
no.
better than.
I'm
It
not
was
saying it,
better.
bro.
No, it was
No,
better
I'm
than
not
the
saying
fake
it,
Captain
bro.
Marvel. So I'm a Marvel
Oh
fan. I'm
my
gonna say it.
god.
I'm gonna say it. It was better than Captain Marvel. Even Wonder Woman was way better than Captain Marvel. That is no debate to that at all. So if you guys want to get on DC about anything, DC has technically been on a roll as of lately. Marvel, not so much. Too bad. It happens. It is what it is.
Hey,
And now y'all
he
gotta
said
rely
it,
on Endgame
not
to
me,
save the
bro.
Marvel universe.
Hey, he said it, not me. He said it, not
Hey,
me.
it is
But
what
I,
it is,
but I will
man.
say this: Captain Marvel made $1 billion, guys.
Hey,
Shazam
man.
deserves to make a fucking
Still,
billion.
and
I'm
I'm just
just
letting y'all
saying.
know, I'm the Marvel guy, so I'm saying it as a Marvel guy. So don't think it's the Marvel hating podcast because I'm a big Marvel fan. But
And,
otherwise,
and,
I'm just
and
not a
by the
fan of
way,
Captain Marvel.
I like Captain Marvel. Just to let everybody know,
Yeah, the
I'm
movie was
actually
cool.
the I'm actually the person that liked Captain Marvel, right? But
Yeah, it
this
was
was
cool.
better. This
It
was
was cool,
definitely
man.
better.
Yes,
But
it's way
yeah,
better.
yeah, movie was definitely better. All right, guys, gonna do it for this episode of the Multiverse Theory Podcast. This is our Shazam spoiler review. I am your host, Man Hour Carmine. That is Mr. Preston Brown. Thank you for joining us. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.